My name is Jet. I came from Philippines a few months ago. So, kakarating lang namin sa New Zealand. Medyo new kami dito because we just arrived last March. Um, I'm on a student visa. I was on a student visa, and right now I'm
Ooh.
on accredited employer work visa with variation to study as well. So, kind of tricky. Medyo unique siya para sa akin and for my
Mm,
friends as well. So, pero yeah. So that's me.
yeah.
You can call me Jet.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff. So thanks for joining us today. I really appreciate the time. I also love that it's just like so scenic where you are right now. Right. But to kick us off, can you tell us a bit about your career path? Because this is something that I find quite interesting about your background. Medyo unconventional siya. So tell us a bit about that. Um, what were you doing in the
Uh,
Philippines bago ka nag-New Zealand?
for my career, siguro, how do I start? So my career has gone in a few directions, siguro, should I say? Kasi
Mhm.
I started in IT. I was a solutions architect in Manila roughly for about 2 years. And when my father passed away, I went home to my province and I tried continuing the business that my father has started, which my wife and I both managed. And after that, I got into public service. Um, I served as a local councilor. So legislator ako sa town namin. The town is called Dagami, Leyte. Um, I was a public servant for almost 6 years. Um, those were great experiences. But at some point, I felt like I needed a change. And IT has
Mhm.
always been my first love. And I think still my strength. And I wanted to go back to it. So yeah, we've decided to
Mhm.
move to New Zealand, and that gave me a chance to
Mhm.
restart.
Was there something that helped you come to that decision? You mentioned that you were looking for change.
Mhm.
Na how was that gap? Yung parang I want change, and then deciding that New Zealand was the change that you
Uh,
needed in your life.
for me, going back to school was really about hitting a reset. After 6 years in the
Mm,
government, um, I've seen a lot of things. Uh, I know
mm,
the issue currently in our country.
mm,
So yeah, I've seen those. So kaya rin ako nagpunta rito. And I felt like I had fallen behind IT as well. And we all know how
mm,
fast the technology moves. And I needed a way to catch up. And studying, I think, what gave me that chance and gave me that chance. And doing it in New Zealand made it even better.
mm,
Because siguro I'm not just only preparing for my next career move, but um, back then I felt like hindi lang ako nagpe-prepare sa aking next career move. I also get to experience how beautiful this country is. And I've also got relatives here back in the South Island. So,
mm.
yun. Kaya nag-decide ako na mag-aral dito sa New Zealand and to choose New Zealand at the same time.
Yung sa story mo, one of the things I also love is that you didn't go on the journey alone. You decided to bring a friend with you. So could you tell me about what happened? Like how did that affect your thinking or yung thought process mo?
Okay, so actually it made a huge difference. I came here with my friend Pam and our wives, and I knew that from day one I wasn't alone. Pam was my classmate back in college as well, and now my classmate here again at ICL, and even my flatmates. So ang
The
nangyari,
best.
I studied in Singapore. So nag-aral ako doon ng
Mm,
certification sa National University of Singapore. And then I visited him and her wife. Doon ako nagstay sa kanila
mm.
for one day. And they were also planning to move to another country. So sabi ko, budulin ko kaya na mag-New Zealand. So binudol ko sila. And yun na nga, after a few months, sila pa yung nag-schedule ng tawag dito, sila pa yung nag-schedule ng interview, I
Consult.
mean,
Yeah.
consultation with you pala. So,
Yeah.
ayun. And ganun na nga, andito na kami. So,
Yeah.
ayun, it was really
Yun
cool.
yung It's the kind of friends you need, yung naghihilahan pataas.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
and actually, malaking tulong rin talaga na may kaibigan ka dito kasi sobrang hirap din ng school. And of course,
Mm.
lumipat kami sa ibang country, ibang environment, totally iba talaga. And it's our first time as well working abroad. So marami din akong tips na nakukuha sa kanila as couple since they lived in Singapore for a very long time. So yeah,
Mm.
very
Sige nga,
helpful.
sample, like, first thing that comes to mind, like a tip that you got from them because they had experience living overseas na. Like, what was the first thing that comes to mind?
Ah, siguro, um, not doing it alone. Kasi imaginein mo, pupunta ka sa isang country, wala kang kakilala, wala kang kahit na sinong pwedeng maasahan. So you really need
Mm.
to build connections and network. And kanino ka magsa-start? Dun sa kakilala mo na. So
That's true.
mas and hindi talaga ako nagsisi na magkasama kami sa isang bahay and at the same time classmates din kami
Mm.
kasi naghihilahan talaga kami pataas. I mean, during school. Oh, bam, gumawa ka ba ng assessment mo? Hindi pa. Sige, sabay na tayo. Here's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Ano, paano ba yung atake mo? So ganyan. So and then as well as for the expenses as well,
Mm.
tinuruan din nila kaming mag-budget. Kasi iba rin yung budget namin, iba rin yung way of pagbo-budget namin sa Philippines at saka dito. So
Mm.
basically, we've learned a lot.
That's really good. Alam mo, that kind of remind me of this time yung I was living overseas and yung when you were saying that it's hard to do it alone. I remember na kasi doon wala talaga akong family. As in zero. No family, no friends outside of work kasi kakarating ko lang. And it was literally, you think of things na parang shocks, pag na-aksidente ako, who is the person I actually called? Or like,
Yeah,
yun, may language barrier pa, yung parang, at least dyan, di ba, makakapag-English ka, so kahit stranger, pwede kang humingi ng tulong. Pero doon, it's like, kailangan meron kang backup plan na gano'n, yung parang, what if, I injure myself and nakahimlay ka in your flat, like, who do you call
yes,
to take you to the hospital?
exactly.
Yung mga gano'n. And so I really get what you're saying na parang there are really practical considerations about moving to a new place na hindi talaga siya nagsisink in until andun ka na. So it does really make
Totoo.
sense having people na yung nagdala ka ng sarili mong network. It's not naman na
Mhm.
you're gonna not make friends there, pero just for some things, it really is easier to have people na kilala mo na.
Definitely.
I'm just gonna wind back dun sa isang sinabi mo, 'di ba, na parang, um, kaya kayo reconnect ni ano, ni Bam and like specifically na bring up yung idea of moving to a different country was because you were in Singapore for a bit of
Mm.
study. And I know na you've also done a bit of, masters in the Philippines
Yeah.
before ka umalis. Could you tell us a bit about that? Like, ano yung na-feel mong difference between yung post-grad studies that you'd already done and yung experience mo in New Zealand?
Probably I say a lot because first the learning style here is very different from what I used to. There's a big focus on independent research. Of course, meron din namang critical thinking, meron ding structured writing, pero siguro what stands out dito sa abroad is yung level of support. Iba yung level of support. It's easy for you to um, contact your professors. Ang bilis nilang mag-reply. Pag mag-email ka, ang bilis nilang mag-reply sa Philippines. Ilan yung naging thesis advisor ko. Tapos, hindi naging maganda yung outcome ng paper ko. So, nawalan ako ng gana mag-continue ng studies. Pero dito so far, matatapos na kami.
Mm.
Kasi
Mm.
maganda talaga yung support ng school. And
Mm.
siguro, hindi naman lahat ng schools perfect. No? So, may mga
Mm.
lapses pa rin. Pero at least, the level of support na meron ka from compared to uh, masters,
Mm.
having masters in the Philippines is really different. So,
So you mentioned, like, I think this kind of connected to sport, because I remember you had an accident. So you're still a student, on a student visa at this time. What kind of support was available to you nung na-accident ka? So like, was it hard getting treated? Out of pocket ka ba? Kasi some people are really concerned about that. Yung
Mhm.
parang when you don't have yung residence mo yet, they freak out about yung, oh, wala pa kasi kaming coverage ng publicly
Yeah,
funded healthcare. Yeah. What was it like for you?
I had a scooter accident. Um, Kasi if you've been around Auckland, there are a lot of hills, and so
Mm.
medyo risky talaga yung pag-scooter, pero wala tayong magagawa kasi yun yung pinaka-easiest way of commuting from one place
Yes.
to another, at saka yung bus din. Luckily, dito sa New Zealand, meron pala silang sinasabing GP or general practitioner. I don't know
Mm.
if it's a general practitioner, pero GP
Mm.
yung tawag dito. So I went there right away, got treated.
Mhm.
Um, mabilis yung process kasi emergency ka eh. Pero
Mm.
as far as I know, pag hindi ka emergency, medyo ipa-prioritize nila yung mas urgent. Parang may triaging din sila kung sino yung unahin nila at saka yung hindi. So the bill was around 300. I think I was
Mm.
really worried
Mm.
at first kasi binayaran ko siya straight from my pocket.
Mm.
But good
Mm.
thing, meron insurance. So,
Mm.
meron student insurance. So, hindi ako masyadong kinabahan. I was able to claim
Mm.
it. Natuwa naman ako
Mm.
kasi after just, I think, 2 weeks ata,
Mm.
na-reimburse ko naman siya. And that experience made me realize how accessible and reliable healthcare is here. Tapos,
Mm.
even for international students. And nagkasakit din ako recently. I had a
Mm.
fever. Tapos, I had the flu. So, nagpa-GP din kami together with IESA. I
Mm.
didn't pay anything kasi naka-working visa na ako. Natuwa naman ako doon. Wala akong pinaya. Ay, nagbayad pala ako ng $10. Imagine mo,
Sa
$10 lang ang
pharmacy.
daming ginawa sa
Yeah.
akin. $10 yung binayaran ko.
And also
Kasama na
the
doon yung
pharmacy
medicine.
na, no? It wasn't the doctor's fees or anything, right? Tama ba?
Hindi. Parang pharmacy lang ata yan eh. Ibang klase dito pag naka-working visa ka na and stuff. So,
Yeah.
wala ka nang
Wala
problema.
na yung out of pocket mismo, no? Kasi it's one thing na you get reimbursed. Pero even then, di ba, parang $300 is still quite a lot na for you to put on
Definitely.
fund. Pero like of that $300, as in was it covered in full? Or as in like did they only cover part?
No, it was covered in full. So binayaran nila, binalik nila yung sa akin including the GST.
Mm.
So
You
natuwa
know,
naman ako.
this is one of the things na I also feel is like kind of different when you come from the Philippines. Kasi sa atin, sanay tayo pag insurance. A, not everything gets covered. B, matagal.
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
C, yung hindi lang siya not everything gets covered, pero things like participation fees, right? So, medyo ano siya, like, I find na when Filipinos are in New Zealand and then, yun, parang they are able to use yung health benefits. And, you're not taking advantage of any system. People just get sick. Yeah. And for you,
Mhm.
di ba, parang medyo run of the mill, like, I think it's also weather. Parang people tend to get sick at this time of the year. Pero
Yeah,
you're never worried about getting sick. And it's always, hindi siya yung parang sa Philippines na you end up with so much anxiety over getting sick. Lalo na if
sabagay.
it's a bit, hindi nga siya kailangan major. Like yung magpa-ER ka lang kasi na-aksidente ka, you're like thinking na, shucks, pag in-x-ray ako, gaano ka mahal yung x-ray, yung doctor na titingin, yung radiologist and all of that, which is like, laking ginhawa niya na
Mhm.
difference, I feel.
And as far as I know, kahit student ka lang, kahit naka-international,
Mm.
I mean, kahit international student ka pa lang, kapag may aksidente talaga tapos dinala ka sa emergency, I think wala ka pa ring babayaran eh. That's what I know.
Yes.
Yun
Yes.
ang alam ko.
It's
Yung sa akin
covered
kasi sa GP kasi
by
ako. So, yeah.
it's covered by ACC. It's not even just students. Actually, kahit kasi
Mhm.
naka-visitor visa ka lang, you're covered by ACC.
Yeah,
Which,
nice.
yun nga, diba? It's like a really, really good thing. Pero syempre, I still recommend travel insurance, like quite generally.
Mhm.
Kasi there's still things that are covered na yung kunwari, they lose your bags and that sort of thing. And medyo the last time I was in New Zealand, nagamit-gamit siya. Like, I got into a bit of a car accident, as in ako yung binangga. And then lahat talaga akong binayaran. And then you're not worrying about it because it was a rental car, di ba? So you're not freaking
Mm.
out over that. And then like meron din kaming baggage na naiwan nung airline or like they put it on a separate flight. So yun, I love that insurance actually works as envisioned sa New
Yeah.
Zealand. So like, on that note, I'm like a big believer in that. Pero yun, I think
Me
we
too.
digress. I'm just gonna put us back on track a little bit. One of the things that you told us now is that while you were still a student, uh, you really actually were looking for jobs. There were a couple of opportunities that had come up, pero um, you know, I don't think a lot of people expect that, no. And what was that experience like for you? Na yung parang you were looking for jobs, medyo may potential, possible offer. What were the things that you felt had helped you with looking
Ah,
for jobs? Full time
siguro
or
siguro dun muna tayo sa opportunities ano. I had quite a few interviews, but it wasn't easy at all. It actually took me a couple of months before I started getting calls. I
mm,
applied everywhere. Seek, Trade Me, Indeed, LinkedIn. Probably sent around 500 applications in total. Um, we arrived here in March. I started applying siguro mga mid-May, kasi pinauna ko muna si Ayesa kasi siya yung uh, full work, parang ganun. Allowed siya mag-work full-time. And the interviews only started coming in around June. And a lot of the companies, maraming nag-interview sa akin so far. Natuwa naman
mm,
ako doon kasi na kahit matagal ako sa government sector, na-appreciate pa rin nila yung experience ko doon sa IT, which really helped, I
mm,
think. Kasi maganda rin yung pagkaayos ng CV ko. Um, but
mm,
a lot of companies also turned me down due to my visa restrictions. But I just kept
mm,
going. Then I came across this company. So it's a New Zealand agri-tech company that's changing how,
mm.
should I say, farmers run their dairy farms,
Yeah.
smart collars and stuff. So when things started to turn around for me, um, natuwa ako kasi nag-offer sila sa akin ng accredited employer work visa. And bihira lang siguro yung ganong case na student ka tas o-offeran ka ng full-time job, which
Mm,
really feel blessed. Sobrang natuwa talaga
mm.
ako nun. Pasalamat talaga ako kay Lord. Yeah.
Yeah. Sobrang answered prayer, no? Um, you had mentioned na parang at some point you started getting the interviews. Was there something you felt na you had changed or done differently na mas nakatulong sa'yo to get further along dun sa application process?
Siguro for me, before ka mag-apply, before ka mag-apply dun sa trabaho, make sure na iti-tailor fit mo yung CV mo doon sa ina-applyan mo. Make sure
Mm,
talaga na iti-tailor fit mo kasi dito sa New Zealand, lahat ng mga CVs dito, hindi na binabasa yan. Hindi na binabasa ng mga employers. Siguro just a tip, ano? Ang hiring process dito ay dumadaan na through AI. So pag makita ni AI na mahit yung hinahanap nila, like for example, customer support, pag mahit yun yung CV mo nang may nakalagay doon na customer support, pwede ka nang masala doon sa second level of interview and stuff, something like that. And then just be
yeah.
persistent kasi alam naman natin na ngayon yung New Zealand is, sabi nila, hindi pa nakapa-recover from crisis, something. Pero may trabaho pa rin naman so far. So, yeah.
Mm-mm. Okay. So you found this excellent company, right? They were willing to support your application, and they had actually gone through accreditation and like supporting migrants before. What made you decide to give us a call again? Like, ano yung thinking behind that?
When I got the offer, I'll be honest, I was very nervous kasi hindi ko alam ang gagawin ko. I had already spent a lot for my student visa and tuition. So, and now I had to switch an accredited employer work visa. I didn't know what to do. I don't want also to commit mistakes. So I remembered how
Mm.
smooth things went when I first worked with you guys. So that's why I really
Okay.
called again. I really called
Yeah.
again. I just wanted peace of mind knowing someone who really knows the process was handling it. That way I could focus on starting my new job instead of stressing over paperwork and stuff. So and voila,
Mm.
it worked perfectly. Yeah, everything went smoothly, and I was
Yeah.
able to start without worry. So yeah, I was really happy, and
Yeah.
I'm really thankful to you guys for assisting me and my wife kasi hindi na talaga kami ng problema. I mean, kapag may kailangan lang kayo na, for example, relationship timeline, update nyo lang. So, para lang kaming naglalaro, nagpa-patch up ng mga kung ano-ano, and then send it to you guys. Then, may kulang pa, ganito, ganito, ganito. Okay, sige, sige, we can provide that. And wala na kaming iniisip. Even yung mga paperworks, kayo na yung gumawa. So, yeah, thank you
Mm.
guys.
Yeah. Hey, thanks. We really appreciate the feedback. Tsaka ano yun, even on our end, sobrang team effort yun. It's not just me who works on your application.
Mhm.
And naisip ko when you said that, yung parang we could focus on like things, basically focus on the things na only you could do, which is starting the full-time work. And because I think what we haven't mentioned here is that sa sobrang gusto ka nung employer, kinuha ka na nilang part-time. Kasi
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
had part-time work rights, diba? So, even while we were sorting out yung full-time work rights mo, you had actually already gone through a major transition. And yung parang attention mo was on that, plus sabay siya yung accident and all these things.
Mhm.
And, having not to worry about yung visa situation is really not something na you need to, parang waste your brain space on. And what I also found really interesting about this whole process for you, diba, is like because we already knew what we could do, and there were aspects na I felt personally na we had to make sure protected yung interest mo. Kasi si employer, in as much as na they want to take care of you and they want to put you on the visa, hindi naman sila in a position to think about you finishing your masters, diba? Kasi that's not really a thing that they do. And
Mhm.
like even the process for that for immigration was like may certain restrictions, so there were very specific things that we had to do. So alam mo yun, parang I really appreciate that, we were really able to help you with that.
Mhm.
And for me, like sobrang fulfilling lagi when people are able to settle in super quickly like you.
And
So,
siguro,
parang
just
doing our little part. Oh,
just to add, without you guys, feeling ko hindi ko malalaman yung option na ganun, na pwede palang
mm,
mag-aral yung student at the same time nagtatrabaho ng full-time. So I would have missed that opportunity if wala kayo
mm,
guys. So I'm really thankful na
mm.
nandyan kayo, and ang bilis nyo mag-reply. Actually, ikaw din. Sobrang bilis nyo mag-reply. Actually, nung araw na inoferan ako, sinachat na kita nun kasi di ko alam kung ano gagawin natin. So, sabi mo,
Yeah,
sige, push ka lang with your part-time. Inoferan ka na ng part-time.
yeah,
Ako na bahala. Oh, so, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
tuwa na
Yeah,
ako
and
doon.
like, diba, even actually with that, diba, we weren't representing the employer, pero yung the part of the employer, we had discussed that, na yung parang ito yung magiging problema ng employer mo. So they need to make changes in this way, and then when you convey that to them, ginawa talaga nila. So I think that's also yung parang we weren't directly engaged dun sa employer kasi ikaw yung client namin. We were giving you advice, pero it was also helping your employer to do yung decisions and like do the steps that they needed to onboard you super
Yeah.
fast. So I think yun parang it was a really good example na yung parang how we were able to make the working parts kind of like gel a bit more kahit iba-iba yung may hawak.
Definitely.
Also, just like I think, just like credit then to our community, yung like the core community na, diba yung you were saying na I didn't know na pwede pala yun, yung full-time work, um, full-time study ng sabay. Like, I think conceptually, like as an immigration advisor, I know that it's possible, right? Like certain
Mhm.
work rates exist. But what I think has also been helpful is knowing na yung clients namin have actually been able to do it. Na yung parang they've managed to juggle the full-time work and full-time study ng sabay. And yung parang the advice that they had given, like how do you manage that and that sort of thing, has also given us the confidence to tell people na huwag kang matakot, you can do it.
Yeah.
And parang I love it, like, when we catch up, nagsasabi ka na yung mga, "Oh, konti na lang matatapos na din 'tong masters na 'to kasi ilang buwan na lang," 'di ba? So, parang hindi
Mhm.
rin naman siya parang taon-taon or like 3, 5 years bago ka natapos ng masters.
Yes.
So, yun, I really think na parang even though you might not have met yung parang some of those people, pero it's yung that advice na they know na it's doable, this is how they've managed it, and being able to share that with you na when the situation and the opportunity came up for you, na kaya ka namin i-encourage kasi we know it's possible because other people have done it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in your experience na ngayon na you're actually going through the process na, okay, binabalance ko yung full-time work, full-time study, family life, and still, relatively new to a new country, diba? Yung adjustment na
Mhm.
yun. How are you finding balance? Like, paano mo siya nagagawa lahat?
Well, right now, sobrang busy, like really busy. I'm working full time after while finishing
Yeah.
my master, so most of the days are packed from morning to night talaga. But I actually enjoy it because what I learn in school somehow connects.
Mhm.
Actually, hindi lang somehow eh. It really connects to with my work, with what I do at work. So
Mhm.
yeah, madali na lang siyang i-adjust actually. So it's tiring, but also fulfilling because I know I'm building my future. So on both ends.
Mhm.
And whenever things get stressful, lumalabas kami nila Bam. Ang ganda kasi ng New Zealand naman kasi pag pumasyal ka lang, actually maglakad ka lang, matatanggal na yung
Yeah.
pagod mo. And we also have
Yeah.
a community here. I don't know if you're aware with Couples for Christ. Sumali kami doon sa Couples
Yeah,
for
I've been seeing your
Co-
posts. Nakita ko pa
yeah.
yung I think you're in the music ministry, no? So nakita ko yung
Yes.
parang nag-song lead ka ba? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. So, ang saya lang. So,
Yeah.
we're really trying to enjoy life here in
Mm.
kayang-kaya. Actually, I just bought a car. So, my wife and I may car na
Oo.
kami. So, bale next week magsisimula na kami
Easy
mag-ikot-ikot
parking
talaga
niyo.
dito sa New Zealand. So,
Kasi
yeah.
ang hirap ng like mahal ang parking yun eh sa CBD, diba? So parang
Totoo.
like, do you
Actually,
have a
we're
spot? Like, did you
after
rent a spot for your parking or yeah?
meron kaming secured spot dito pero we pay for it weekly ano. Pero
Ah,
sige lang kasi ano lang naman 'to eh, hanggang March na lang naman kami dito after namin mag-school.
yeah.
After namin gumraduate, balak namin lumipat sa North Shore kasi mas maganda ang scenes doon, ang
Mm.
view doon. So
Yeah.
actually mahirap siya sa umpisa to juggle from work and school. Pero actually, the more na ginagawa mo yung isang bagay, mas lalo ka kasing nasasanay. So, you know the ins and outs. Alam mo na kung paano yung technique na gagawin mo yung assessments mo. Alam mo na rin i-manage kung kailan mo siya ilalagay dun sa schedule mo and stuff. So, imagine mo, nag-work ako, nag-study
Mm.
ako, tapos nakakagala pa kami with my wife
Yeah.
and nakapag-serve kami sa CFC sa couples community. So, yeah.
Mm. How would you describe yung workload mo sa Halter? So like, I think that's also one of the concerns people have. Like, how do you have enough time in the day? Do you find yourself like working at a pace na sobrang everyday lagari? Or do you find na okay, sakto yung what they give you for a day or like what you have to do in a day?
Actually kami kasi output-based naman kasi kami. So, hindi talaga. Actually, ang maganda yung benefit kasi unlimited leaves kami. Tapos meron
Kaya
kaming mga
kaya
wellness
nangunguna
leave.
kaya nangunguna talaga New Zealand sa work-life balance, eh, 'no?
Yeah, sobrang work-life balance. Tapos ang ano dito, for instance, may kailangan ka talagang gawin. Hindi ka
Mm,
makakapunta sa work, magpaalam ka lang. Sabihin natin na nasira yung sasakyan ko, hindi muna ako makakapasok, pero
mm,
gagawin ko yung work ko. Sige, okay lang, gawin mo.
mm.
Hindi tulad sa Pilipinas na ay pag wala ka dito, absent ka na, late ka na, tatanggalan ka kaagad babawasan ka kaagad ng sahod. Hindi gano'n dito.
Mm.
Work-life balance talaga dito. Tsaka ano, very understanding yung mga tao dito, lalo na sa work.
Mm.
Iba talaga, tsaka pina-prioritize nila yung family, yung welfare ng family mo. So, yun.
Yeah, I think for our viewers, just for context, exceptional workplace lang talaga yung Halter. Do not expect na lahat ng company sa New Zealand may unlimited leave, di ba?
Oo.
But I think that also kind of underscores, di ba, yung why we really wanted you to be able to take this job. Kasi
Yeah,
sobrang okay talaga siya. Not just
sobra.
yung not just like benefits like that, pero when you were describing it, the type of workplace, yung I remember you had shared yung photos pa nung I think you guys had a costume party, tas yung nag-outing kayo, you're doing some outdoor
Yeah.
things. Yung it was like a company barbecue lang na wala naman siyang like super milestone na celebrate, and that's a part from I think the reason why they can parang function well na they offer things like unlimited annual leave is yung na-mention mo na very curated yung culture niya. They look for very specific types of people na nagko-thrive in that kind of environment,
Yeah.
which allows them to do yung core business nila, which is innovating agriculture, di ba? So definitely, I think na you really hit the jackpot with them. But hindi lang yon one way na sila lang yung magaling. I really think it's because you are also the exact sort of person that does well in that environment.
Yeah.
So, yun lang. Just like set expectations for our viewers, hindi lahat ng companies ay ganun. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm so happy for you na na-experience mo yun.
Thank you.
Do you think, parang looking back, if you hadn't moved to New Zealand, do you think you would ever actually have any comparable experiences sa Philippines na ganun? Or maybe even like Singapore? Kasi Bam was in Singapore, di ba? So parang, do you think those would be sorts of opportunities you had if you didn't choose New Zealand?
Feeling ko hindi. I mean, ibang experience, ibang classic experience talaga in New Zealand. I don't know kung ganito sa ibang countries, pero sa mga trinabahuan ko, hindi ganito. I mean, dito lang
Mm.
ata sa New Zealand eh. Pero maswerte na rin ako kasi sabi mo nga sa company namin, ibang klase din talaga yung offer sa akin, tsaka
Yeah.
yung mga benefits, tsaka yung mga perks. So, actually, hindi lang naman Halter yung ganun. Ang alam ko, meron din mga ibang
Mm.
companies na ganito. Kasi nga,
Yeah.
binavalue talaga nila dito yung family. So, yeah, looking back, I mean, feeling ko wala, sa New Zealand ko lang siya experience, and feeling ko sa New Zealand ko lang din talaga experience. I don't know with other countries kasi
Hirap,
dito ako
no? Parang
nakapunta.
no turning back. It's like,
Yeah, no turning back.
na,
Okay na ako dito.
na, pag na-experience mo na yung parang, ay, pwede palang ganito life. Parang,
Oo,
right.
pwede pala yung nagtatrabaho ka lang, tapos nag-aaral ka lang, tapos at the same time, um, kung gusto mo magpahinga, magpaalam ka lang, makapagpahinga ka nang hindi ka i-judge. Pagbalik mo na parang, nagpahinga to, kami nga hindi. Walang ganito dito, walang ganong feeling dito. So, dito pag magpahinga ka, sasabihin ka nila, rest well, magpagaling ka.
Mm.
Tapos, meron kasi kaming sinasabing wellness leave dito. So, when you
Yeah.
say wellness leave, kapag hindi mo lang trip na to go out of bed, gusto mo lang talagang mahiga lang for the rest of the day, you can do it. Tsaka pwede kang magpaalam on the day. So, yun.
Yeah.
Swerte talaga, pero merong ganito dito. Yun.
Mm-mm.
Masaya. Hindi ko makikita yun sa ibang lugar or sa ibang
Yeah.
country. So, yeah.
Yeah. And what I also find kind of impressive with the situation is yung company mo isn't a tiny organization, right? Hindi siya yung parang lima lang kayo in the team and you can manage to do it that way. We're actually talking about a fairly I mean, I don't know if it's even still considered a startup, pero it is actually a bit of a mature organization na. Hindi siya yung parang super early stages na. And it's very different yung management philosophy compared to a lot of the businesses or companies in the Philippines na hindi nila, yung parang magkukwibble kayo over wellness leave kasi yung parang per day, per employee, how much is it costing us? Whereas sa New Zealand, nakikita talaga nila yun na parang to get the best out of our people, it's worth making it available.
Yeah.
Tapos yun, parang hindi naman siya na-abuse. Kasi
Mhm.
the right culture is also there.
Yeah.
Right. So, yung follow-up question ko is like, so you've gone through the process na you started as an international student, and I think a lot of people have this reservation na iniisip nila na nakakatakot mag-student kasi baka hindi ka may makakuha ng work. Or yung parang maka-graduate ako, hindi naman nakatulong sa akin yung kung ano man yung inaral ko in New Zealand. Ano yung thoughts mo sa job prospects sa New Zealand? Yung mga long-term opportunities for international students. So like, you know, 'di ba? A lot of people won't be in the same boat as you na parang even before graduating, parang patapos pa lang first semester, may full-time work na. Pero ikaw na napapalibutan ka ng mga international students, what is your take on that? Yung job prospects?
I'd say there are definitely opportunities here. So maraming opportunities dito sa New Zealand, but you just need to be patient and because ang laki din talaga ng pasok or ingress ng mga students dito sa New Zealand. It's not easy. You'll get rejections. Talaga. Ilang beses ka reject, and visa restrictions can make things even harder. Uh, but if you keep applying, build your network talaga, and stay positive, something will come true. Something will come through. Pray lang din. Makukuha mo rin yan. Employers here really value attitude and consistency. So for the long term, I think New Zealand is a great place to grow. Tapos, especially if you're willing to adapt and keep learning, ito talaga yung country para sa'yo. And the main thing is don't give up too soon. Sometimes the right opportunity takes time to arrive, but it really can change everything when it comes. So siguro, actually, sila Bam nga din nahirapan din sila maghanap ng trabaho. Pero hindi lang nila ini-expect dumating na pala yung mga trabaho na yun na hindi nila inaasahan. So, ayun. May work na rin si Bam. Part-time pa lang
Nice.
naman. Pero
Yeah.
looking forward na hindi ko alam kung may sponsor siya, pero we'll see. And yung wife ko rin, meron na rin siyang work. Yeah, kahit naman sabihin natin na na mahirap maghanap ng trabaho, as long as willing ka maghanap ng trabaho, things will come through. I mean, makukuha mo din. Tsaka tiwala lang kasi alam mo naman siguro kung ano yung sets of skills na meron ka. Siguro start from there and then your experiences as well. Kasi i-value talaga nila kung ano yung nakalagay dun sa CV mo. So kung ano yung nasa CV mo, yun yung mga applyan mo. Kasi kung nakalagay dun sa CV mo is retail ka, pero yung ina-applyan mo is caregiving, medyo mahihirapan ka talaga dun makapasok. So kailangan mo lang talaga maging perfect fit dun sa ina-applyan mo, and those things will come. I assure you, those things will come.
I also appreciate yung parang how you take this with the lens of faith na, di ba, parang you had mentioned na parang siguro 500 na yung in-applyan mo. And sometimes, in the moment, masakit yung rejection. And, you know, syempre, high anxiety kasi parang, dami mo ng effort nilagay. But sometimes, necessary yung rejection na yun para redirect ka ni God dun sa thing He really wants for you. Na parang, better than what we had thought for ourselves. So, there's also one thing na parang I wanted to circle back to. Kasi, you mentioned something kanina na yung parang, it was time for change, and then you said yung parang new start. I think that's something, I don't know if I got the words right, pero parang yun nag-resonate sa akin yung thinking na you were gonna start anew in a different place. And I think yung concept na yun can be a bit scary for a lot of people, lalo na yung parang if you have a family na yung kumbaga ina-uproot mo, and in some sense parang when you relocate to a new country it feels like going back to zero. What encouragement would you have to people na yung they're worried about that, yung they have to start from the beginning?
Siguro I really get that point, ano. Kasi a lot of professionals think that, especially yung going back to school thing, means starting over. Lalo na yung mga nakapag-start na sa Philippines, nasa managerial positions na sila and stuff. So medyo nakakatakot yun kasi babalik na naman ako sa pag-aaral tapos I don't know what's gonna happen. But
Mhm.
definitely you're not going back to zero. You're actually moving forward with more experience and
Mhm.
maturity this time. For me,
Tama,
studying again
tama.
was a setback. It was an investment in myself, actually. So
Mm.
the world, especially in tech, moves fast. And if you don't update your skills, you really fall behind. So studying in
Mm.
this country really helped me catch up and open the doors that I thought were closed already back in the Philippines,
Mm.
and that I never thought that I've had
Ah,
have. So siguro, ang advice ko, so if you're thinking that you're
mm.
a bit of scared of starting over again, I say go for it. Jump. Kasi
Mm.
you're not starting over, you're just building a stronger version of yourself.
I really love how you reframe that. Yung parang being a student does not equal zero because baon mo yung experience mo and the knowledge you already have. So it's like, kumbaga, if you're building a house, yung parang meron ka ng first floor, nagbi-build ka na ng second floor. And to a sense, di ba, parang, oh, you can't live in the house just yet kasi binibuild mo yung second floor. But by the time you're done, two-floor house ka na. Hindi ka na,
Yeah.
it's not the same. It's not the same thing. So, I really, really appreciate yung, yung perspective na yun. Parang, yun din, I think maybe as Filipinos, we kind of have a different view of education in the sense na parang I think a lot of us are just like trying to graduate and then parang a lot of us hindi pa ganun ka inculcated yung being a lifelong learner. And so when you try to pursue learning na mas structured as an adult, parang feeling natin, hindi yon parang you should be working instead and yun yung sukat mo of progress, right? So
Yeah.
I love how you're talking about that na um if you're doing this, lalo na you're doing post-grad, it's really, you're a mature student now. You're not, yung experience mo when you're doing your undergrad is not going to be the same experience you have when you do
Yeah.
post-grad. Yeah. Sige, last question I have for you. Looking back on your journey, how do you feel about choosing this path and yung both yung challenges and opportunities? Ano yung mga reflections mo on it?
Honestly, if I'll do it over again, it wasn't
Yeah.
easy. The adjustment, job hunting, the visa stuff, juggling studies and work. But every challenge made me grow. So
Mm.
I've learned a lot, or I've learned more in just a year. Actually, less than a year pa nga lang here than in my 5 years of work back home. So
Mm.
iba talaga. So in feeling ko hindi ko ipagpapalit yung opportunity na to. Gagawin ko rin siya ulit. And I got to study here again, land a job that I really love, start a new life with my wife here. And
Mm.
New Zealand gave me opportunities that I didn't know was even possible. So if you're thinking about taking this path again, gagawin ko pa rin siya ulit. And it's really worth it.
100%, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
100% New Zealand. Right.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to add? Do you have any parting words for them?
Um,
Anything, like any wisdom talaga na you feel this is something people should know?
so, paano ba? Siguro if you're thinking about studying or starting a new life here in New Zealand, I'd say take the chance. Think of it very well, but take the chance. Kasi ibang klaseng opportunity ang naghihintay sa'yo. It's not always smooth, and there will be tough days, really tough days, but every challenge here pushes you to grow more, and the opportunities are real if you work hard and stay patient. For me, this move changed everything, and if I can do it, probably you can too. So Yun lang siguro yung masasabi ko.
Thanks so much for your time, Jet. I know gabi na dyan and it's a Sunday. Thank you
Gusto
for
niyo bang
spending.
makita?
Yeah. Grabe, no? So this is Jet's place. CBD, what you
Yeah,
can see in the background is the Sky Tower.
that's the
So
tower.
yeah. Is that water? Hindi. Yung ano, yung
In,
reflect. Ay, hindi. I thought it was
hindi
water.
lang.
Yeah. Pero I mean, I don't know if people know this, pero walang masyadong sasakyan. It's like there's not
Wala.
a lot of movement on the street, right? So sad
Tahimik lang.
and ghost town. Pero in reality, it's just because it's Sunday night.